I don't think it has happened before that you have a film coming out on that Friday, and the next week we have Katrina's film also hitting the big screen. What are the conversations like back home?
What are the conversations like that?
Yeah.
Back home. Nahin, she's excited for my film and I'm excited for her film. And she's not just got one film after my film, she's got one film 2 weeks before my film also. So I'm sandwiched between her films, which is a great spot to be in.
Also, I mean, Ronnie did mention about the clash and that it doesn't really matter. But as an actor, how are you looking at that Friday? Because the last time you and Ranbir were together, the dynamic was very different in Sanju. What's that Friday going to be like for you?
I think that Friday, eventually, we both are going to hand over our films to the audience. So that Friday is going to be the audience's, day, more than our day. But I think, like Ronnie very correctly put out, in today's time, especially, we as an industry should give the option of multiple films on the same day to the audience. That's how we're going to flourish as an industry. We have, those many weeks in a year. But as an industry, we can't limit ourselves to making those many films in a year. We have to make multiple films, and we will have multiple releases on the same day. And we got to build an atmosphere where multiple films can work together. We have that strength in the audience. We have that strength on an exhibitor level. So why not? And I think we need to kind of push that envelope also now. And with today's given scenario, with the excitement that the audience has, I think if they resonate with two films, if both the films are good, both the films can work. So I'm as excited for Animal as anybody else, and so it's I think as long as it's a great day for the audiences, that's whom we work for them, not for each other.
Hi.
Hi,
Mayur here from Beyond Bollywood. To your right, if you can see me.
Sure.
My question is for Meghna and Vicky. अगर आप भी उस पे जवाब देंगे तो बहुत अच्छा होगा. Meghna, in my limited interaction with army officers, always I get the sense that when you speak to them and you have to talk about successful operations, the tone is always about they will never talk about individuals but always about the regiment and the force as a whole. But obviously as a filmmaker and Vicky, for you as an actor, कि जब आप चाहे वो सैम बहादुर हो या फिर विक्रम बत्रा हो, so obviously when a director or a writer writes this film or when an actor acts in this film, do you also have to ensure that the screenplay or the performance doesn't end up being a one-man army show?
I think we have a bit of both in this because we are covering 4 decades of his life in uniform, and naturally he did not start off as a one-man army show. When he started his military career, he was part of a regiment, and he grew. And then he went into a commanding role. By the time he was at the end of his career, he was the chief of army staff, which is a singular role. So when I have to depict that part of his life, it is about the singular Sam Manekshaw. When I have to depict the earlier part of his life, it is Sam Manekshaw as part of a regiment. So we've actually had the privilege of being able to do both.
Yeah, if I can just add there, sorry, because actually, this is the only line in the whole movie in that when he says, there'll be no more withdrawal, Sam is here. I think it's the only singular time when he said that. Otherwise, whenever he's talking to, it's always my regiment, my people, we want to win, and whatever else. So I think there's a very holistic sense in the movie where it is true that in the armed forces, it is about your entire group and not about any one person.
My answer would be the same as given by Ronnie sir and Meghna, but as an actor, if I say when I approach a character, when that particular scene comes, I am not portraying Sam Manekshaw as 5-star General Sam Manekshaw. I'm portraying as the human Sam Manekshaw. I'm trying to understand him as a human being who's wearing the Indian Army uniform and doing what needs to be done in that particular scene. So what happens eventually in the context of the film, that is decided by the director and the script that you're given. So my approach as an actor is always to understand him as a human being in the decisions he took, in whatever he decides to do in that particular scene.